What's going on, everybody? It is Dev, founder of The Iron Father. I'm joined today by my two fellas, and we are going to talk about dating when you're in your 50s as opposed to when you were 15. Because too many of you guys out there are getting back out here and you starting to date like you did probably in the pre-internet age or the fact that you've just been out of the game for a long time. So like, subscribe, share the video. Again, I know it's early to ask, but it's never too soon. Because if you hear something that resonates with you, please go ahead, hit that notification bell for more. And also definitely share the content with some other dudes that you need that may need it and that you may know that needs it. And also something that you can come back and view later on if you want to go ahead and have it for reference. Because what these two dudes gonna drop today, I think you're gonna want to come back and check it out. So y'all all remember my man Derek, but it's probably been a while because Derek was on my show back when it was the Black Prospector channel, and he was talking about organization. We talked a lot about even your post-divorce life and how you rebuild. You can find those videos on other parts of the channel as well. And then you all know Eddie Vance, who was on just kind of talking about rebuilding in general post-divorce. Now I got both of these brothers on the show at the same time. So fellas, let's just go on into it. Dating now that you are, we'll say 50 and above, let's just kind of talk to those guys on some of the differences that they can expect. I already did a video kind of explaining on how I look at it, but I want to go ahead and give you all a chance. And Derek, we're going to start with you because you kind of more senior one in the group. I mean, experience, not in age, brother. I mean, you know.
But, we all got gray, if I can.
You ain't lying. But, you know, Derek, I mean, let's just kind of start it off basic because I do remember one thing, and I'll start here. When I first told you that, hey, man, I'm going to be getting out here, I'll never forget you saying, hey, man, you're going to be putting 50 on your dating profile. Ain't too many women going to be filtering for a 50-year-old. And so now, and it's been 5 years later, even since then, but certainly, what advice would you first have? Or let me back up for a moment. What was one of the biggest differences you noticed when you got back out here to date as opposed to when you were a young man showing up with candy, a box of chocolates, and going to a movie and dinner?
Whoa, yeah, it's different, man. It's for real different. I mean, we at this age now, you know, you'll listen to the Samuels and you'll listen to all these other individuals talk about dating. Well, they're not talking about the 50 plus, the 45 plus, and things of that sort. It's completely different. You have to be aware. It's a lot more rejection at this age because women are looking for gimme, 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 and that's the sad part about it. Don't ever tell a woman what you got. You start off meek, start off very meek because you want them to know who you are and be about you first before, because it's sad to say that, you know, women are at a stage now. It's I worked too long. I'm too old. I need somebody that's going to be able to provide. And they don't look at the idea that they have to provide equally. I know we talk about the 50-50 relationship, and that's a thing that people need to understand, that don't go in here saying you're going to take care of a woman, because if you're divorced, that woman already took care of you by taking half of all you got already, if not more. So let's put it in perspective. This is the age where we have to say, you know what, I don't have time to milk a woman, if you will, and do that full extended courtship. And look, let's lay down and be factual. I want this in my life. But guess what? At the top and the bottom is called peace. Now make my sandwich with the bread of peace in it, and let's go from there. And if they can't do it, time to move on. Don't get stuck. Don't get in a rut. Keep it moving. Go ahead. Go ahead. I want to.
No. Go ahead. Finish your thought.
One of the things is that men at our age, we have to be prepared for two major things. One is change. Only thing constant in life is change. And rejection. Rejection. You've got to be willing and understanding that you're going to get rejected. And guess what? Some of your rejection is, hello? Weren't you supposed to come over? Hello? I'm on your answer machine for the second time in 2 days. Wait, hello? Ghost. You know, these profiles, man, these online profiles, they won't call you back. You say something out of line and they like, I don't need to deal with him. Okay. Reject it. Move on. Don't get your feelings hurt.
Mm.
Go ahead, Ed.
I just want to touch on something that you said about time, because as being the age that we are, 50 and above, that's one of our most precious assets is time. So we don't have time to waste it like we did when we were younger, because we was younger, we had plenty of time to waste. But now we need to get right down to the nitty gritty. You say 50-50, but I'm saying the doors have to swing both ways.
Absolutely.
I'm not saying we have to go 50-50 on bills and assets and everything like that. We have to go 50-50 and meet each other with respect. And like you said, that's that sandwich of peace, because that's the most important thing that you learn from when you were 15 till 50. Because when you were 15, you was desperate. You was ready just to grab something and hump on their leg.
Right.
Yep.
But now at 50, you have a little more discernment where you can pick and choose the first sign of trouble. No, I don't have time for that, because you're taking my precious commodity away from me, which is time. So no, I'm not going to answer your text message as soon as you send it 2 seconds ago. And no, I'm not going to answer your email. And no, I'm not coming to pick you up.
Ooh, that's a good one right there. That's a big one right there. Oh,
Yeah.
well, I live out here and you live wherever. Can you give me some money for gas? Wait, you can't afford to date me and just to say hello? Nah, we good. We good.
You gonna pay for my Uber to get there? Nope.
Y'all make a great point, because that's the truth. When we were younger and you first getting out there, usually, I told my sons this, one of the reasons why guys pay more in insurance when they're younger is because they are the ones picking up the girl to go out on the date. They're driving more miles. I know me, I was running back and forth to my little girlfriend up in Inkster from Detroit constantly to go see her. She didn't have a car. And so it is a trip that, 40 years later, you can be in the same boat. I don't have a car. If you don't have a car because you're from New York, California, Chicago, used to taking mass transit, then we can talk about that. But if you don't have a car because you're busted, right, exactly. That's a whole different story.
But even at that, okay, let's be realistic. If you're in an area that doesn't have mass transit, you decided to move here. So how did you plan on getting around?
Yes, exactly.
No, a better question. How are you planning on eating? So you had to wait for me to come and eat? Wait a minute. I'm not that hungry. I decided I want to eat vegetarian today. So now,
well, I mean, hey, if we want to talk about eating, how about every time we go out, the expectation is the man pay for the first meal. Now, here's this. So what can I expect from you? Because if you got expectations, what about satisfying my expectations?
Yes. Well, Derek, don't you be presumptuous. Don't be that way.
Exactly.
You narcissist. You think I'm because I came out here.
Absolutely, man. It is crazy out here. And it's like, okay, well, let's talk about the expectations. Well, you shouldn't have any. Then why do you expect me to pay for you? Well, that's what a man's supposed to do. And a woman's supposed to do what? Well, we're supposed to just look good. No. You're 50. We already know, just like men, we got some miles, right? So everything ain't as tight as it used to be. So what can I expect? Don't want to have that conversation. Okay, then we go ahead, like you said. You cover me and go from there. Go for it. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Okay. Let's go beyond the sexual factor. Let's go beyond the attraction. Well, first you got to be attracted.
Right.
First. But the thing is, when you have a conversation with a person, with a female, you're supposed to be able to give a back and forth, a give and take, and show mutual respect. They have no mutual respect. Only thing they have is expectations for you to do for them. Expect you to live by the old rules, like Devin said, candy and flowers, when the only thing they bring is hell and turmoil.
How about this? Well, I want a traditional guy. Are you a traditional woman?
Yes.
Yes. I'm independent. Is that traditional?
Thank you.
And here's the catch. When they say independent, let's ask, what are you independent from?
Yeah. Things that you're supposed to do as an adult, like pay your bills, have a car, eat. So you're independent because you do what you're supposed to do as an adult. Now,
that's called adulting.
If I would look like a fool, say, hey guys, guess what? I got my own house and several cars.
I'm out of my basement.
Somebody gonna pat me on the back. They say, they're gonna say, Eddie, that's what you're supposed to do.
Now, what what a lot of ladies don't really understand, if you boil that down, that word independent, that really means you're independent from men.
Yes.
Because traditionally, women depended on men for every aspect. Now, when they're independent, and I'm all for women being equal, this and this, but it comes down to the feminist piece, and I don't want to come off as being some kind of chauvinistic, whatever. That's not what I'm saying. But when a woman says that they're independent, then why do you still have expectations of a man doing something for you, such as paying on the first date? That's not a. If you want to be a feminist, then why don't you pay for mine? Here it is. Men, what's they all saying? Men work to take care of their woman and their family. Women work to take care of themselves.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes,
So, I mean, come on now. If we're going to do it, let's talk about it. Let's get deep with it,
Well, let's go back on some, because you mentioned something I hadn't thought about, and I think it was a great point, because, man, it hits me in my heart. I don't know if you brothers knew. I'm closing the door. True confession moment, y'all.
Nobody's going to know.
All right.
Yeah, nobody's going to hear.
Y'all, I'm scared of girls. I'm scared of girls. Well, at least according to some of my family members that I remember hearing when I was a young man, especially way back when I met Eddie. I remember my family members. I had one cousin in particular. She used to always talk about, oh, he's scared of girls. He's scared of girls. And they used to mock me quite a bit for being scared of girls, because when I was younger, I couldn't handle rejection. Because what's wrong with me? I was a chubby kid and I lost weight, but what's wrong with me? I'm so glad you said that, because if I would have entered back into the dating realm with that same mentality of I can't handle rejection, I would have been screwed off the rip, because it's one thing to be rejected even in the wild, we'll say. But like you said, that rejection you experience online, because people, is almost like how people act in the grocery store or in a car when they're not with you personally. People can be really indignant. People are that way online. They'll say stuff to you that you never would say to your face in person.
Yes.
So
expound
on that. Ed, I'll let you start with that one. How did you handle rejection? Do you handle rejection differently than when you were younger, as opposed to your age now? How have you dealt with just that issue alone? Because I know a lot of guys got that problem.
Well, most definitely. Being younger and immature, and especially being a younger man, you didn't really find yourself until you started getting older. That's why they say men age, they age a little bit better, because we're discovering who we are, and we're getting to the point like, okay, this is what I want. And that's the thing, as when you get out here dating versus when you were dating when you were younger. As a man that's already established, I already set the parameters. I've already set my standards, and nothing you can say can offend me or talk bad to me, because if you do, you don't fit inside my box anyway. So, and because eventually I'm gonna fit inside of yours, but if you don't fit inside my box of relationship, then you're just gonna be a used box.
Put them in a different category. It's like, okay, I mean,
exactly.
Let's be truthful. I mean, at our age, we can, as you said, the discernment is okay. Well, you know what? I can kick it with you, but there's a category. Which one you gonna be? And I can mess with your box, beat it up, but when it comes to something else, I'm over here with that other person. They put me in a different category, and we got a different situation going on. You know, I mean, there's different categories. I don't want to say put them in a rotation, but it is what it is.
But some of them want to be put in a rotation because they don't know how to fit that caliber of women that we're looking for.
Woo,
right.
They want to stay in that they want to stay in that bottom round. They don't want to move up because that takes too much work in their mind.
Exactly. Now, here's the catch. How many of you, this has happened to me a few times, and this is one of what I literally say is a deal breaker. I've had women tell me, you are out of my league. I'm like, wait, you literally said I'm out of your league? How does that work? How do you just put in your mind to say that somebody is better than you and you can't deal with that, and you at the bottom of the run, so to speak? Has that ever happened to you guys? When you have standards?
Yes. And that's usually when you get called a narcissist as well, when you put your standards out there.
I was just about to touch on that.
But Derek, I'm going to tie this in. I want to get back on the categories, but I do want to tie that into rejection too, though, because I think what you just hit on is key. I have had some women say, basically, yeah, I don't think I'm ready for you. I don't think I'm ready for
Mhm.
a guy like you.
Yes.
And I even asked
Yep.
my cousin, shout out to my cousin Sheila, because for years I was able to do research and be like, Sheila, why is such and such? Because she's a fine, attractive woman and she was out there dating. And I remember she basically said, the way that women may perceive you, they perceive your body, they see you on a dating app, and they just consider you a F boy, basically. That's what they're thinking. So they may go ahead and send you a message. They may be like, oh, I love the blah, 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 blah. And then when they start talking to you and they see, well, that ain't all you after. They see you can hold a conversation. They see you making some money, you whatever, whatever.
Mhm.
Now they like, yeah, I'm not ready for. And she basically said women will say that that's what they want in their life, but when they get it, they realize I'm not ready for this in my life. Now I could look at that as, dang, she rejected me, but in actuality, that woman did me a favor.
Yep.
So
Yes, she
Derek,
did.
continue on that
Yes, she
rejection
did.
thing that you were talking about with that.
Yeah, for rejection, if we boil that down as men, one of the things we have to ask ourselves is, okay, well, if I can't deal with rejection, the truth of it is that rejection is just fear. You're afraid of something. Well, what is that fear of? What are you afraid of? Being someone telling you they don't want you? We've had that every day. As a man, we put
Mhm.
ourselves, as men, we put ourselves out there on a, whether it's your job, whether it's just to
Mhm.
say hello to some stranger, opening up the door, doing anything we do, it can be a level of rejection because when it comes down to our society, men are the ones that's expected to provide. And if when you provide and you don't get anything back, that too is a level of rejection. So when we're talking about dating, we have to ask ourselves, what am I fearful of? One, I can't miss something I never had. So if
Mm,
you're just out there, what are you afraid of? Be yourself. Be a genuine. I will never say fake it up and be something
No.
pretentious and somebody you're not. But be you. And guess what? Now if you're divorced, one of the things that typically occurs in a marriage that is not working for men is that somehow you weren't able to be you.
yes,
Yes.
Now
Yep.
yes.
this is the time to be you and
Mhm.
say, you know what? I'm going for broke. Listen, I'm not saying being dogmatic. I'm not saying that we joke
Mhm.
about the narcissism, but let's not be narcissistic. Be genuine, but don't go
Mhm.
a bleeding heart. Oh my God, I just need somebody to hold me. Be cool about
Yep,
it. You know what I mean?
yep.
Talk about,
Yeah.
just, but the key thing is practice makes perfect. Don't
Yeah.
be afraid to step out there. When you step out there, you're gonna make some mistakes. But as we all
Mm.
know, you learn more from mistakes than successes.
Ooh,
When somebody sits here and says, "Well, I've been married for 20 years," well, I haven't. I have more experience than the married guy for 20 years. Why? Because
Mhm.
his wife didn't reject him because they're still together. I've been
Mhm.
rejected. What's today? Oh, it's Friday. I got rejected on Monday, Tuesday, three times on Thursday. You know what I mean? We got
yes,
more
Mhm.
experience
Mhm.
behind us.
yes. Or
So
let's keep it factual. He's been rejected because he probably hasn't touched his wife in 3 weeks, but he's learned to adapt to that rejection. And I love what you just said because I never thought about that. It's like you get constantly rejected from one woman. Now I
mhm,
almost would feel better getting rejected by a woman, like you said, that I'm not gonna miss because she's rejecting me and she doesn't really know me. The
yep,
rejection you feel from your wife is far more damaging to your self-esteem and your mental because you like
absolutely.
Mhm.
I didn't put everything in because men are more romantic than women actually in my book. So then when she
Most
rejects me,
definitely.
especially if the wife files for divorce,
Mm-hmm.
man, the rejection you
Dude.
feel with the woman that's laying in your bed or was laying in your bed, trust me, is far worse than anything you think you're going to experience on some dating app.
Well, let's put something in a little bit more perspective. It's not a matter of the woman filing for divorce. It's when the woman no longer participates in the marriage with you.
Yes. Yes. Good
Mhm.
It's
point.
not, because it's
Yes.
not. Hey, I filed for divorce, but she left me
Right.
because I couldn't maintain her lifestyle. Wait, what?
Yep.
What about
Yes.
Yep.
our lifestyle? You know what I
Mhm.
mean? So it's like whatever,
Key point.
whatever.
Good stuff. Ed, you have anything you want to add on that one?
Well, I'm going to touch on that fear part because the fear starts with your self-esteem.
Absolutely.
It starts with your self-esteem. So if you're not able to be rejected and maintain your structure, I had chicks tell me, you know what, your structure is just too much for me to handle. Okay, then move on.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you have the ability to say that and say, you know what, I believe in myself more than I believe in what you can bring and provide for me because you haven't proven yourself. Only thing
Yes.
you
Right.
brought me was headache and pain. and suffering. So now how are you going to do something to correct that? Now I'm wrong for looking for you to correct it. If I give you the information to correct that, either it should be corrected, respected, or tell me no and walk away. And that's the thing I'm saying about the fear of being rejected. You can't be out there scared of it. Like you said, I was rejected 3 times at 5 o'clock yesterday.
Right.
So what difference do it make? And I was driving a nice car too. I wasn't driving a raggedy.
You wasn't even in the raggedy mobile, huh?
I wasn't even in the raggedy one.
Man, and like I said before, we joking about it, but don't tell them about your assets. If you got some, keep them to yourself. Keep them to yourself.
Because as soon as you start mentioning what you have, they start thinking, what can you do for them to get?
What can I get out of that?
Yep. Oh, I can get this. I can get that. I can enjoy this. I can enjoy that. But not thinking what we can do together.
You know what? I was talking to a chick, very attractive lady, very curvy. I love me some curves, gorgeous woman. I was like, you know what? We've never met. I'm like, you know what? Send me some pictures that's not on your profile. I'd like to make sure that I'm not being catfished for one.
Ooh.
And she was like, no, I'm not gonna do that, and this and that, and da da da. I'm like, I'm not looking for no nudes. Let's make that perfectly clear. I'm not. I'm just like, let me see you in something that you don't want everybody to see, you know. Yeah. And she was like, no, I can't do this. I'm like, okay. I just want to, I like to see your curves. I want to see how you build front, back, so you're not having. When you only see the head, the rest is like way out yonder.
That's a sign. That's a sign.
Oh yeah.
When they get the real big close up, the zoom, that's when you know they're hiding. Oh yeah, that's the one. Yeah. Red flag.
So, you almost want to like do this at least.
Yeah.
Right. And so, but what told me is now she calls me up with her girlfriend and she's on the boat somewhere. I'm like, send me a picture. No, I don't want to do it. Wait, you damn near butt naked with all these other people out there to see you in your bathing suit. And I'm literally here trying to establish something more than that with you, something more far than superficial. I just want to see what you look like since I've been asking. Oh, but you can't do that. Oh, you know what? If you want the attention like that, we're not going to make it anyway. Because you're too busy looking for all this outside attention.
Most of them like the attention from the outside because they're just looking in from the outside. Because if they come in a little bit closer, like we're trying to do, come in closer to get to know them, you find out that there's exactly nothing there.
Crickets. Crickets.
Exactly.
Like nighttime in a rural area. That's it. Like nighttime. You ask a question like, what was the last book you read? Right. I don't like to read. Oh, it's like, all right, because that probably tells me what you like to do, and that probably ain't gonna be too compatible with me. So it's like, all right, you got to go. You got to go. So let me go back on this, because now let's think of these guys for a second. So I'm gonna lead off with you on this one, Derek. So a guy is getting ready to enter back out there, and he's getting ready to fill out that dating profile.
Yep.
What words of wisdom? Because you mentioned on how you got your process. Hey, I at least want to know I'm not being catfish. Again, for a dude, let's say it was a guy got married in the mid-90s. Now, for the first time, he's back. How does he make sure he doesn't A, become that dude that gets catfished, and then B, becomes that dude that's leading with his wallet? Because again, that's what he was used to doing when he was younger, showing up playing guy, I want a piece of your love at a girl's house.
Well, again, you have one of the processes that I like to think about or try to go through is let's find out truly. Let's ask some very deep questions. Not how was your day? And okay. All right. So let's start off with this. Why are you on this site? Because some people, then you get the smart ass answer. Well, like everybody else. Well, I've had people approach me about threesomes, trying to be polygamy just because they're bored. They're not here to have a relationship. What are you here for? So let's go with that. Oh, well. I said, one thing is, I said, look, I'm going to ask you questions because I don't want to make assumptions. We all know what assumptions do. Ass out of you and me, and I'm tired of having an ass made out of me. So I'm going to ask you these questions. All right? So, and I start with that. And when they answer, the other question is, I got a series of things I go through, right? Questions. Let's see if they ask the questions back. Number one. Number two, do they have their own original questions?
Yes.
This is like you said, Ed, it's are you going to participate with this conversation about
Mm-hmm.
getting to know me, or is it me just trying to tell you what I got to offer you? Because it's a two-way
Exactly.
street.
Mm-hmm.
So
Ooh.
I mean, it's a number of questions, and I mean, I can go through a list of things that I ask that weeds people out, and I know whether or not, as we just talked about, she gonna be up here in this category. If we
Mm-hmm.
still kicking it, she gonna be either here or guess what? They go to the door.
Well, all right, Ed, what say you?
I like to copy and paste. Like you said, I like to have my questions and I copy, I paste, I paste, I paste, I paste. Because like I said, my time is important. So if they're not answering the questions the way that needs to be answered to be in a relationship with you, then out the door. So
Yeah.
you got to maintain a structure and not slide by it because she's so fine. The thing is,
Right.
and like he said, you have to be honest and honest with yourself. Because don't say, "Oh well, I can take that. I can deal." No, you can't. No, you
No,
can't.
no. This is a time to be you. Set your boundaries. Set your
Yep.
criteria. Set your standards. And guess what? We know we can say our ideal woman is
Mm-hmm.
this way. We can go this way or that way. That's fine.
Yeah.
But we still have boundaries to say y'all got to meet at least 80% of these to some
Mhm.
degree.
And I'm gonna touch on something. I'm gonna touch on something that you said earlier about change. People think when you change that, oh, you're changing for the worse. No, you have to mature, and when you mature, you
Exactly.
change. So everyone must constantly change. So if I meet a woman that says, "Oh, I'm still the same way I was 5, 6 years ago," then you're a fool. I don't want to be part of it.
Right. Right.
I think
So
that
to your point, it's like, well, so were you getting the same pay as you were 5 years ago?
Exactly.
right. And I know how you are on the job tip. If a woman is making what she was making that money, and it's like, wait a minute, you haven't had a raise in 10, 20, in 5 years, that
Exactly.
automatically shows me your level of initiative in life.
Yep.
That
Got to
is a
be
great
ambitious.
indicator.
That's one of my when we talk about ideal woman, have to have some level of ambition. I'm not saying you got to go
Yeah.
out there
Yeah. Exactly.
and be the queen of your job, but man, don't just accept for status quo. And let's not get into the fact of what women do for they male bosses, but won't do for
Oh.
their man at home.
Oh, exactly. All the utmost
True.
respect in the world. I've seen it 1,000 times. They treat Mr. Charlie like he's the best thing since sliced bread.
I
But they
gotta
come
come in
home and
early.
but come home and give you hell. It's totally ridiculous the double standards of what they expect out of us and what we expect out of them. We don't ask a
Yep.
lot. We don't ask a lot because, like you said, we're able to pivot to get to our main goal. They're not willing to pivot. They want to stay right there and do absolutely nothing, expecting you to do all the pivoting. And it doesn't work that way.
Yeah, I can't remember the guy's name. I'm horrible with names, right? But the guy that plays the Captain America, the black guy now.
Everybody know it. Everybody's
Right.
I'm picturing his face.
Anthony Mackie, I think it is. I think it's Anthony Mackie.
You can say Joe Blow, and I would say sure. Right.
Yeah.
but the guy was on Wendy Williams' show. You remember that when he was like, "Well, I better make Daddy a sandwich."
Let me go find that.
When I come home at 2:00 in the morning, well, why? And I ain't doing that. If somebody breaking the house, what you want me to do? Get up and do it. If this happened, you want me to get up and do it. Your car break down, you want me to go up and do it. So when Daddy come home, make Daddy a sandwich.
Hold on. All right. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Let me play this so everybody knows what we're talking about here.
Okay.
Because that was a classic that you're talking about.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead and do this. Because that was definitely a classic moment. And pull this up. Here we go.
I enjoyed this clip.
You have something in common. You believe in a lot of cases that men and women have roles.
Oh, yeah.
All right, well, you say it because people get mad.
You better believe it. I'm from this. Yeah, you better believe it.
I mean,
Yeah.
I know you're from New Orleans, right?
Yeah, yes.
So, yeah, I'm only from Jersey,
Yeah,
but I do believe that if he wants a sandwich,
you make Daddy a sandwich.
most of the time.
No. Let me ask you this. Well, okay, let me ask you this. If me and you out and somebody say something slick to you,
You punch him in the face.
you want me to smack him in his mouth, right?
That's right.
So if I take you on a date and I say, look, baby, we're going to go Dutch.
No.
Exactly. If we walking up to the car and I don't open your car door, what do you say?
Open the door.
You better believe it.
Yeah, no, I am with you. I think
So you make daddy a simp.
shower.
I'm outside cutting that grass. Bring daddy some lemonade. It's hot outside. I'm cutting all this grass.
What's not hot is when girls call their man dick.
So yeah, she gonna take umbrage at calling the man daddy. But and it's funny, she couldn't really fade what he was saying though, because she.
No, that's why they always got those
with.
little side roads to shoot off on. That they love having those side. They love having a distraction, and that's another red sign and a flag for me. If you're asking a serious question, trying to get to know someone better, and they quickly deflect off into some. Well, you know what? Your glasses. Why you wear glasses inside the house? Wait a minute. That's not the point. I'm asking you why X, Y, and Z, and you're trying to deflect on my glasses. Wait a minute.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. Or when you think the conversation's going good, then here we are. We online, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's exchange numbers so we can get off this platform. Oh well, I'm not comfortable giving out my phone number. What are you on here for? I thought we covered that.
Hey, Devin, hit the Scooby-Doo.
Right. I'm like, yeah. And I thought, I said, you know what? That's a sign for me that this is not going to go where I think it's going to go. Yeah. We can end it now.
Yeah.
Because you got other intention.
Yes, Derek. Well, let's go ahead and parlay over to that. I think, Ed, it's going to be your turn because I think this is one thing that guys need to be aware of when they do get back out there and date. I said in another recent video, when you're 15, 16, you just get in your car, you young. As you said, you desperate. You will give up your time. You ain't got nothing else to do. But now that you're older, how do you protect yourself from being, as Patrice O'Neal kind of said, I won't use the term for the YouTube censors, but being a time 304, where you would just give up your time. And a lot of dudes, especially when they get back out in the game, they give up all of their time. They giving good morning, good night texts. They texting all throughout the day. They fall into love real quick. It's like, man, you didn't spending days with this chick already? Yeah, but he thinks, again, that's what he did the last time he was out here. So how do you protect your time and when you first had to get back out here?
It was tough at first because I had to really discover myself. So once I discovered myself and started building my own company, that's what really got me in tune with the women stealing your time. Because look, I'm here on an estimate that I'm trying to do this, and you want to hold me up by telling me about the poodle's hair fell out, or you went and got your nails done a certain color. I'm not trying to be mean, but I don't care. I'm trying to take care of business right now. And I'm trying to take care of business. You know that you're being a distraction. If you want to see where you fit in my life, speak to me at the proper time.
Good point.
Speak to me during the time I have scheduled for you. And if you don't think that you're worth being on the schedule, then we don't need to talk at all because that's how busy I am.
Nice.
Love it. What about you, D?
Oh man, look, it's the same way. You know, if we make an appointment, back to ideal woman, a deal breaker is if you're not a woman of your word. If I can't trust what you say to me, I can't trust you, and you're no good to me. So when you say we're gonna do something at a certain time, you got 10 minutes one way or the other, and then you have no minutes. I usually say 3 strikes you're out. That's when I'm generous. I'm down to 2. You do that twice, and if you don't give me an understanding before, because you know you're gonna be late.
Yes.
Before you late.
Yes.
If you know it takes you 45 minutes to an hour to get to me, for example, don't call me 30 minutes before you're supposed to be here. You already know you're not gonna be here.
Yes.
I got a problem with that.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
I mean, my time is my
time.
Yep. Exactly. Now we know when we dating and it's new, we got to put in more time, more effort because we have to mold each other, understand. As I say, you got this, you got this, they got to do this, and they got to do this in order for them to be together. All right. So if I'm doing this and this and this, and we ain't meeting up, it ain't gonna work out. I got enough of that in my life. Did I talk about a peas sandwich? Yeah.
And now you want that piece.
I want that piece.
So, all right. So what would y'all give those instructions then to that dude? What would be, dude, protect your time this way? Or maybe it's just having a rule. What would be your exact formula?
Ed, I'm sorry. You go ahead. You go first.
Well, it goes back to like when we were younger, Devin. You had a rule. Don't come over my house unless you call me first.
That's right.
Ooh,
That's
for
right.
sure.
Oh, we're gonna
That
come back to
rule-
that, right, D?
Yeah, because that's one of the things that you got to have. You got to set those boundaries. And see, you said when you were younger, you were scared to talk to a woman like that, but you weren't scared to talk to everybody else like that
Right.
because everybody knew don't pull up at damn house and you ain't called first.
That's true.
And you know, you got
my
some ladies out there that take for granted, oh, I'm just gonna pull up on you. That's one of the reasons why they don't know where I live at anymore. I will meet you somewhere. You're not invited to my house because once they get invited to the house, they don't want to leave.
No, man, that's for sure. That is for sure. You know, one of the other things is when you have setting boundaries in time. Don't have all your time to dating.
Ooh,
Because one
that's what I'm
that
talking
means
about.
yeah, that means that you're broken. To be blunt about it, you're broken and you got to fix yourself because you dating that woman that you meet, that significant other you're trying to strive for, can't fix you.
Yes.
She can't. You have to be fixed before you come to her, and you have to be, because you can't recognize she's broken if you're broken. And men are supposed to be there to be emotionally available. Well, most of these women aren't emotionally available, but if you can't even recognize it, you're gonna be stuck right back in the same spot, and now you're gonna lose another half of your stuff.
Yes, man, love it. Hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button.
There's more to come because I got a feeling we haven't finished yet.
We haven't finished yet.
Goodness.
And for real, hey, this is what Iron Father is, what it's all about. Get with me because he nailed it. What work have you done on yourself? Last time we were talking to Ed, we talked about what physical work have you done on yourself. Also, what mental work have you done on yourself?
Yes.
Derek, that was a great point. Ed, you wanted to jump in with something in there?
Oh no, I'm just agreeing, man. I'm just enjoying this whole conversation.
All right.
and hoping somebody takes it and runs with it.
I'm hoping so too. Because D, I got to go throw this one at you because there was something I remember you told me. Again, giving me your wisdom way back in the day. When I was younger, because I was scared of girls, right? I would see girls and I'm like, right, well, I probably was. I mean, I was a good color commentator. I would go out with my cousin. I can't wait till he comes on one day. I'll go out with my cousin. He was the guy that was the play-by-play guy. I was a color commentator. But when I got older and I had to get out here, I now had to fend for myself. I had to fish for myself. So one of the things you had mentioned, because when I was younger, I would say, no, I really don't like her. She don't look that good. And that was a cope. Like I only like to talk to girls that look better. And you made a point, was like, man, you ain't got time to play that game. When I first got over you made that point. So I know it's some dudes out there that, again, when I was a teenager, they doing the same thing. No, she don't look good enough. No, I don't like her attitude. No, they got all the excuses in the world and they ain't never even talked to nobody. So how would you handle that level of I'm only looking for a baddie. I only want to go kick it with a dime.
All right, so let's put this in perspective. Everybody know what a rebound is, and if not, let's quickly define it rather. Okay, rebound is you've been in a serious situation, relationship. It may not even be a committed relationship. Let's call it, what's the word now? Situationship. You in something serious where you're emotionally attached, and all of a sudden it's no longer, where you're broken. All right, so now you're on a rebound, which means you have to spend what I call a full season to get over that. Now, this is applicable to marriages as well. A full season. And it varies. The longer you are in that relationship, the longer your season to rebound is. So that's one of my also qualifying questions. When was your last relationship? And how long was it? So if you got one that just ended, well, you're going to be on the rebound. If it's 6 months, it'll take you 2 weeks to rebound. If it's a year, and this is just roughly speaking, it's going to take you maybe 2 months, 3 months. If it's 15 years, we're talking about at least a year, 18 months, 2 years to get over something like that. My point being, as a man, don't go rushing and look for your significant other month first, the first month out of a divorce. You got to build up your self-esteem.
Yes.
You have to build up how it feels to be rejected by more than one woman.
Yes.
You have to realize that, as we talked about, time. well, man, I just wasted my time. What time did you waste when you spent 2 weeks every other day talking to a chick that you never met? That's not a waste. That's
Right.
no different from you going to the mailbox and picking up the mail, right? So you have to go out there and really expose yourself to women.
Yes.
Doesn't matter. You have to. I'm not saying go look at booga 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 boo and whatever. Don't your standards are up here. You better talk to somebody down here. Why? Because they're going to give you that experience, and it's the conversation. Because if we stuck with a woman for a while, we don't know how to talk to nobody but that woman. And when we talk, she told us don't say nothing. So we have to also get comfortable with understanding that we have to be in a relationship. I mean, we have to be involved with others to be in a relationship. We have to know how to talk to each other, how to do this, what that means. When she say no, does she really mean it? How to do this again, right? And sometimes, believe it or not, women don't really say what they mean.
No, what?
So
damn, my mama mean everything she say. What you talking about?
Right. We got to go back to school and learn women all over again. And how do we learn? We go to class. What's the class? That woman down here, over here, over here. And guess what? I'm building till I get up to my standard. Once I'm at my standard, they still gonna reject you. They still gonna reject you. Okay? So we have to get exposure. Those saying is exercise. You build, you tear down,
exactly.
build up. Tear down, you build up.
Yep.
That's all we doing. You got to get out there and expose yourself to being with women. Oh, I don't date outside my race. You better, because there is a difference.
There ain't many brothers saying that. Probably more black women saying that. Ain't many brothers saying that. Once they get past 50,
there is a difference.
Yeah, there is a difference.
Hey, like you said, you got to exercise that muscle. Any muscle, your brain, your all of it got to be exercised.
We ain't just talking about that one.
But you got to exercise everything to get used to and familiar, and just like when you start a new job. You're just not going to go out there and start off welding the perfect dime stack. It's going to take you trial and error, and you have to get experience and get good at it. And once you're good at it, now you go hunt.
And you know what? We joking around about but that's also crucial too, because sometimes you a one-trick pony. Is that all you can do? Well, my wife didn't. Nobody want to hear about your ex-wife.
That's the way I'm used to it being done. You got to turn this way. No.
You better learn. You better learn a trick. Even if it's your fingers, you better learn something.
You better learn something.
Hey,
this is one
and get good at it.
When you call and you want to hear what was brother man? It was like, remember when you going back in the day when you driving down the street and you like, whoa. Remember what was that guy's name? Bill Bellamy.
Oh yeah. How to be a player or something like that.
Yeah, we was talking about when you got that woman when you was just doing something and you just like, whoa, I got a call. That's a booty call.
Yep.
You better figure out what you got.
And you want them to answer that phone at 2:30 in the morning when you call. That's the purpose of working out and having that experience. Because and you give them that time too. Don't just sit in front of the house and call them. Wait about 15 minutes, then let them get cleaned up. Then you go move on.
Oh yeah, and have standards. One of being personal hygiene. You and her.
Most definitely.
Y'all getting unhinged now. Y'all go. Y'all let go.
And we talk about there's a difference in races. How many people have heard about white folk don't take showers the way that they're supposed to? They don't even know what a towel is.
I have heard that stereotype. I have actually heard that.
I can't say I've experienced it, but guess what? I got ground rules. Before you come over, you better have a shower.
Why is that?
Why is what?
Why do you have that ground rule? Is there another reason why
hey,
you have that
that's
ground
one
rule?
of my rules too, man.
My man.
Hey, if a kid came over the house and hey, want to go take a shower?
See, and here's the catch. Because you learn from experience. Some folks came by that didn't. I was like, what's that smell? I ain't have fish today.
See?
No, you got to go home.
All right, y'all
yeah.
better like and subscribe for this right now. Because we done just went from dating post-divorce 101. We done just went up to the graduate level. I mean, you in your senior year at least of game coming to you. Because brothers, man, man. All right, I gotta say, I'm gonna go back to when I was younger. I remember in church, one of the brothers was like teaching us a little bit of marriage class. This was before I got married. And to your point, and I've heard this so much, everybody laughed and giggled. He was talking about men expecting their wife to do oral when they got home from the plant and they haven't taken a shower. And everybody laughed. And you hear that stereotype all the time. When you get older real fast, you realize that stuff don't smell like potpourri. And you ain't sitting up there going, you be like you said, man, and what's and then and they know it, and they knew it before you came over. And Derek, you and I had a conversation before. That's why I was trying to lead you into it. I will tell this piece of advice. You don't know who was up in there before they came by your house.
Right.
And so now again, we ain't bashing on women. We are trying to warn you guys. We're trying to warn you guys because the average woman is going to tell you, I ain't trying to be with no man. He don't want to wear a condom. He don't want to. How many women have you ever met that was like, hold on, I got one right here?
Mm-hmm.
Because they don't require a whole lot of dudes to wear one. So you smelling residue of the person that was in the crib before you going in the crib.
And I'll give you a perfect example of that. I'm gonna give you one of my personal experiences. I know I shouldn't be sharing this, but oh well. She hooked me up, took care of everything, the kids gone and everything. Called me later on that night, said, yeah, I went home and kissed the old boy in his mouth. I'm like, you did what? How? Why would you even tell me something like that? That is disgusting to me. Why would you want to?
You mean after she came back from you?
Yes.
Well, you ain't have to kiss her.
No,
I didn't. She told me after we got finished doing our thing. She's like, yeah, I made it back home safe. Yeah, and I came home and kissed him straight in his mouth.
You listen. You don't care about him. You should say, "Do you like how I taste?"
He said he cared, but once you hear that, because I've heard the same
thing.
Man,
that drove me nuts.
You can't unhear it.
Right, but I guess I look at it differently. Guess what? Now I'm gonna add to my list mouthwash when you come to my
Exactly.
It's right here at the door.
Exactly.
Hey, I cut her loose. I cut her loose because if you have enough nerve to tell me that, me that you did that, ain't no telling what you do.
Wait, I got one better for you. You know how you don't tell them mouthwash? Every time you come over, we take a shot.
Yeah, I do that.
What's that do? What's that do?
Same
right?
Vodka's better.
Right?
I'm so glad y'all jumped here because I wasn't gonna go here till toward the end. But since we're here again, let's jump to the 400 level here. Okay. The thing when I put about a piece, and I made a mention in the video that women already got somebody in the pipeline. They always do. Now there's nuance there. If they older, they might not have people on the pipeline because ain't nobody checking for them anymore. However, 9 times out of 10, a woman at least has somebody on her social media, whatever, that she can ping in case of emergency. I need some D. I break the glass.
Right.
And the women comment, you're like, not me. Not me, not me. Now, if I was been my old teenage young man self, I'd be like, yeah, that's right. I believe him. Do y'all believe that when a woman tells you nobody's in the pipeline or nobody's delivering the pipe?
Well, you know what? And I'm going to say no, because to your point. So one of the things I try to do and why I say keep yourself clean. I say no perfumes, no lotions, because I got allergies. But I can also smell you at your purest. If you don't smell like that every time, there's a problem. So I said that's a quick indicator whether you with somebody else or your body's off. You know, and it's like, look, something ain't right. We ain't kicking it like that today. But no, I don't believe it. I don't believe it at all. I know you got to have somebody because I got you. I ain't gonna claim I'm the this and that. So somebody else can have you. Oh, I only date one person at a time. Bullshit. You still on the dating site, aren't you? Oh, okay. Yeah, no.
What about you, man?
Hey, I'm like with Derek. if you can tolerate me and you're dealing with me, you got to be dealing with somebody else because I'm not giving you all the time that you're looking for.
Ooh.
So you have to be dealing with somebody else. I'm not stupid. I've been in this game a long time. So if you're only dealing with me once or twice a week, you got to be dealing with somebody else.
But let's put it in a different perspective. That's just a level of control as far as I can see it. Why? Because if they tell you I'm only dealing with one person, they're expecting you to be only dealing with one person.
Yes.
So they're trying to control you to say, you should only be talking to me. Nah, we ain't there yet. I don't have a problem with committing, but nah, not off rip.
You hit on it right there. Usually that's what that means. And this is something, again, when you were younger, you dudes might have felt it because you were like, do we go together? And you're like, I don't think so. Well, yes, we do. I'm not seeing anybody else. So we go together, right? Oh, I guess we do go together. And the next thing you know, you 19 and you grew up. So you're in a relationship with somebody until college starts. And then you realize real fast that she did have another dude that she went to visit and he was in the pipeline. That is such a key thing because dudes will be totally just mistaken. Like, I need to be in a relationship because she told me she not seeing anybody. She told me that she told me that she let everybody go just to talk to me, not knowing that she probably still DMing old dude. And again, we know as men, let's keep it 100. If we likely tell a chick, like, you know what, hey, I got a girlfriend now, I'm not going to talk to you anymore. She going to probably cop an attitude and be like, well, forget you then. But you know that dude, if she be like, well, I got a man, I'm not seeing anybody. We all know that if it's even 2 months, 2 years, or 2 days later, if she be like, well, okay, we done or we took a break, he going to be like, all right, you want me to come through? So, even for dudes to think that gives them some kind of false security or some security is false. These chicks still have access to what they want to do. And when you first get back out here, if you don't understand that, you will find yourself going to the aisle to get married within a year. With a heartbeat, he's going to fall right into
it. We know when a lady says, well, I got 3 male friends. Oh, you mean the ones that's on temporary standby right there waiting for
the friend zone. That's what they put them at, the friend zone.
That's right. That's like Dev said. In case of emergency, break glass. I got 1, 2, and 3. I can call anytime you screw up, and even when you don't, you ain't hit it right. I got to call relief pitcher back here to touch up.
You're going out there like the manager. And he come trotting on in. Oh, guess I'm in the game now. Cool. And he didn't have to take her to dinner and a movie either.
No, isn't that funny? Where's his flowers and candy? Oh, no.
How many? Let's put a percentage out here, gentlemen. Out of all the dates, let's say 100. How many women offered to pay the first date or pay without? Let's call it the first date. Out of 100 women you've dated and gone out with, how many said I got the check and did it? Didn't just offer, but did it.
I want to add a clause onto it. The non-masculine women or the feminine women.
A good point
too. Pick one. Pick them both. Both of them.
It's been mostly the masculine chicks. Like, oh baby, I got you. Don't worry about it. You want some rims for your old school? I got you. Wait a minute.
That's the first date.
Well, yeah. Some of them.
Man, okay. I think I'd be scared if she talking to me like that.
Exactly. That's why I run. That's why I run.
Yes. I would probably say
hey, they pull up in that Navigator with the sounds bumping and the sunroof down. They back up into that space. Something ain't right.
Right. Yeah.
Right. You know what? I hear a lot of folks talk about how women backing up. Look, that kind of turned me on.
Me too. I told her the same thing last show. I was like, "What? She can back a car in?" What else?
And here's the crazy thing. Here's the crazy thing. People don't think about it logically. You always got to back up.
Yeah.
Yes. It's amazing. We all got our things. We all got
right.
Hey, like I said, I'm weird. I got some weird stuff, and most of the masculine chicks that I've been around, that's the number one sign they do is they back that sucker in, put that arm over there, and they back it up like a semi trucker. You know what I'm saying? That's like, whoa, wait a minute. It's impressive. Yeah. It's impressive, but wait a minute, who taught you that?
Oh,
So we started getting into a deeper conversation. Daddy wasn't around. You don't got no brothers. So
listen. I like a woman that
who was
can do some DIY other than painting. Man, that's a turn on for me. I don't call painting DIY. You painting something. You throwing something on the wall and hoping it sticks. No. You know what a wrench is? You know what a saw is? Come on. What kind of tools you got? Let's go look at your tools. You want to play with mine? I'm gonna play with yours too.
That's so funny. I got a quick anecdote. I told a chick that I needed a grinder. I said, yeah. I said I wanted a electric portable grinder for Christmas. She said, okay, yeah, I'm gonna get you a grinder. Why does heifer buy me a coffee grinder?
No.
Yeah, a coffee grinder.
Did she at least buy you some coffee?
Yeah, she bought the coffee.
Oh, there you go.
I don't even drink coffee.
At least she was thorough. She bought it for herself. When I come over, I'm gonna use my grinder.
Exactly. That's what that was.
Oh,
man.
I'll answer your question, Derek. If for me, I would probably say 50% of the women have paid. They just straight up, I'll pay.
Hey, wait a minute. Wait. Where you going at? I shot the Chinese. What?
Again, maybe it's because I give some F-boy vibe. So it's like, hey, this is what it is. But then I would say out of that, on
the first date?
Nope. Let me flip that. 50% have offered to pay.
No, they got to come through.
I would say, well, that's why I was going to split it up. Only about 20% have paid, which leaves us about another 30% that I notice don't say a word. And usually those be the ones I never see again. And again, because I'm pretty clear, and with me, my big thing is communication. So right. I view it as if I invite her out to go somewhere, I will usually say up front, I'll pay. Hey, let's go ahead and meet at Starbucks or whatever. I got you, blah, blah, blah. And what I noticed, and this goes, Eddie, what you pointed out, some women, because they don't want to feel like they owe anything, they will still be like, no, I got it. And then some women have surprised me. They just said they wanted to get it. And I was like, okay, because I got to point this out. When I was younger, I didn't like that because I want to be the gentleman. But then I also learned that a lot of times when women do things for me, that automatically lets me know this chick is interested. Not if it's I'll pay because I don't want to see you again. But if she's like, no, I don't mind paying, then I'm like, okay, that's a great start. But I'm thankfully I've run into it more than I thought I would, that a woman will pay. But it's always
where you at.
Let me say minuscule, because we ain't talking about a lot of money. Now, because again, I'm not taking a chick out to no expensive dinner in the movie.
Oh, no.
So we going somewhere simple. Right. And a woman know with me, she better, look, if you're overweight, you better be able to move because we're going hiking. It's 114 today. I may just decide we're going to go hike today. You better be ready. So that means that, hey, if we go hit up a sub shop afterwards again, I'm cool with paying, but I already got in mind because I already have the intention. My first thing I said is, what do I want to do with this woman before I even took her out? So I'm already thinking I'm going to have to pay. So I know what I want to afford because I'm like, I don't know what she's worthy of deserving. She may only be deserving the sub. Actually, Subway is kind of expensive now. She may only be worthy. She may not be. So she might just be worthy of. This was a really great time. Hey, maybe we'll even see each other again. I'm hitting gears. That's why they call me Gear Banging GT. I'm out there. So that it's happened more than I thought it would, but I think that's only probably a little bit more. This has been the good part of the era that we live in as opposed to when I was younger.
Ed, what did you say your number was?
You say what now?
What was your percentage of how many have paid?
I say about 5% because a lot of times I cut it off right at the hilt. Because I'm like Devin said, I'm not taking you to an expensive restaurant unless we've been together, and because I like expensive restaurants. I like those type of things. And I'm not taking you there unless you're worthy of it.
Yes.
So if I say, yeah, I'm gonna take you to Starbucks or something like that, and you turn up your nose, ew, Starbucks. I don't want to go to Starbucks. Okay, then where do you want to go that you're going to pay for?
There you go.
Right.
I'm willing to pay for Starbucks.
Yes.
What are you? Or my favorite, Panera Bread. That's the perfect first date.
That's good one.
I love
I can't stand
Panera
Bread. I'm not a foodie at all.
Oh
And,
yeah, Eddie's a foodie. He's a foodie.
yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
can tell. I can tell. It's the sunglasses giving it away. I can tell.
Hey,
I am
if you
not a
not,
foodie.
if you got a problem with Panera Bread, then that's a problem. Okay. Say you go out of town, you take a chick that you've been dating for months and months, and you take her to a nice hotel, a very nice one, but you're not doing it to impress her. That's just your standard. That's just the way you get down.
You touched it on something. You already messed up for me. I don't go to hotels. I don't go out for hotels. I got my house is my oasis.
Well, he said if you're going out of town though.
Out of town, like you take a chick out of town. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, well, I mean, we going out there not for the hotel. We going for something else. Yeah, okay.
You're like Motel 6 will be fine.
We ain't gonna be there but to go to sleep, right? I've been to Punta Cana, and I didn't care about the hotel. Right. I'm on there for the beach and this and this and that.
Yeah.
We had a nice hotel, but okay, I apologize. Finish the story, sir.
But no, I'm just saying I have a standard that's a little bit higher than like you said. You don't mind that, but I like to come back and be comfortable. I like the fluffy robes and all that type of stuff. Now I had some chicks that think that I was doing that to impress them. No, dear. You're just here because I wanted you here. I'm not doing this. I was going to be here anyway, either with you or with somebody else.
Yes.
That's the thing that they forget.
Yep.
They think I'm trying to do it to impress. Oh, you trying to show off? No, I'm not. This is my standard.
Yes.
You go back home and show them all the robes you done picked up from every place you went.
There it is.
No, they charge you for those. They keep those back at the hotels.
And I think y'all hitting on something, and we're gonna wrap up about what 10. You got about 10 more minutes, D?
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
All right. And if you got to go before that, definitely feel free to jump off. But the thing is, it's funny again, dudes. You don't even have to have a lot of money, because I did have one guy say, "I can't afford to date." And again, and I told him, it was like, you saying that because you again looking at yourself like a young man, dinner in the movies, you got to have X amount of dollars. I think knowing all of us, we are ain't none of us ballers. So, I ain't saying that. So plus people try to come to your crib and jack you. But I mean, the point is, all of us have stuff we could show a woman where she'd be like, oh, he's doing quite well for himself. But as we kind of talked about in the pregame show, ain't none of us showing a thing. And that's for that reason, because we can say Subway is too expensive. Yeah, let's go to a Motel 6. The point is, the women and dudes, you need to have, again, what do you want to do with this woman and what does she deserve? The women that deserve to have some coins spent on them, I'm all for it.
Yep.
My woman to be the first one to say,
100%.
we go out and live well. Because every dating app, go look on any woman profile, you'll see, want a man to travel with.
Oh my God, yes.
And any woman that involves with me, there was a reason why I was a black prospector, because she know we gonna go some places.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, you just hit on something else that made me think about something too. Man, when you're looking at them profiles, check out what they're looking for. Because they'll tell you if they're a gold digger. I like to travel. I like to find the things in life. I want to go to here and here and go to two places a day. And I'm a stay-at-home mom. How you gonna do that?
What?
Because that ex-husband is paying for everything else too.
Yeah.
Well, that's different. Now, if you're gonna do that, can I get in?
Can you
But yeah, pay attention. Because what's still saying, if you stay quiet, they'll tell you about themselves. You might want to listen.
Brother, I gotta throw this in before you go, Eddie. Remember that point, but I'm gonna throw this. My man Don Black. I just put that meme up. I gotta give him all credit. Say relationship expert. He made this point, and it was, let a woman be herself so she can reveal herself. I was like, dude, that one is in my backpack right there. You just said the same thing, Derek. Go ahead, Eddie.
Yeah. Hey, I was just gonna reiterate that. No truer words have been spoken. You shut up. You let them tell on themselves. All you gotta do is
Oh, you did what? Oh, for real? Oh, and you left him where?
And how'd that happen? How did you feel?
Right.
And then just tell everything.
I was with my girlfriend, and we got a little drunk, and we did this and this and this. Then somebody dropped off a piece, and he stayed for 3 hours.
Yes.
And wait, what? Then we just got a piece. You just got a piece the other day, didn't you?
Yes. This is why, and again, these are advice I've given to my sons, and y'all better get some tough skin. Every woman will tell you about the biggest schlong she's ever had, especially if you're non-judgmental. And
Mhm.
also if you just let them talk. And it's amazing how it comes up in casual conversation. And you ain't comparing saying what you got.
Right.
It'll just come up in casual. And that's why it is so key to keep your mouth shut. Now, understand you don't have the liberty to do that yourself. And again, don't talk about your ex-wife and what y'all
Mm-mm.
did or
Never,
whatever, because she already
never,
going through
never.
your Facebook, Instagram anyway to find pictures of her, see if she looked better, if her tits were bigger or whatever. But she's
Mm-hmm.
going to tell you a whole lot about herself and how she get down. So when she tells you, well, I don't do that, if you would have paid attention to the conversations he's had, you would have found a whole lot that she did. She just
Right.
ain't doing it with you.
Now
Yeah.
here's a good one here, and I know we pressed for time. I know I'm pressed for time. I had a woman say, "Oh, you're the first black guy I was with." 2 months later, no, wait. Let me rephrase that. I'm going before ahead of myself. You're the only black guy I was
Oh,
with. 2 months later, we still in this relationship. Oh, you were the first black guy. First? That means there was a second. 2 months ago, I was the only. Keep talking. I was like,
that pipeline got exposed, didn't it?
right, big time.
Hey,
big
man, I
time.
think we've all heard those words before. You're the first such and such. Oh, you're the tallest. Oh, you're the nice. Shut up.
Right.
And you know doggone well,
Exactly.
you can't be like, I've never been with a woman as big as you. You know,
I would. That's why they don't like
I've never been with B cups before. I'm usually a C and double D man myself.
Right.
But you know, you look good though. No, I mean, I don't have to be with a woman that has big juggums like that. But I love your personality though. You
Gavin,
make
that
me
goes
overlook
back-
the size of your jugs.
That goes back to my backhanded compliments. Remember, I am the king of backhanded compliments. You
All right.
always got to have a backhanded compliment in there. They're like, wait a minute, what did he say?
Yes. All right, let's get ready to close it out. Because D, I know you got to go. Any final parting messages? Dating from when you were a young man to when you now. Anything you want the guys out there, especially, to know that we haven't covered?
Hey, I mean, back to what I said. Just have your own place. Have your peace at your place. Know what peace means to you and how to spend it by yourself. Because otherwise, you're not going to appreciate it when somebody else comes in with peace. But you certainly can identify when it's not peaceful. So if you can make that discernment, you good.
Love it, man. Love it. We're going to cut you loose. I'll let Ed wrap up. I know you said you got to get up out of here. Brother, let's do this again, please.
Yes, indeed.
Love having you on, man.
Hey, for sure, man.
Wisdom, chopping it up, and we'll do this again soon.
All right, guys. Take it easy.
All right, man.
All
Later.
All right,
now. Bye.
All right, Eddie, what you got to say? Any final words, man, to the crew?
Hey, I just want to say, be honest and true to yourself and be quiet and listen. Let them tell on themselves.
So again, let her be herself so she can reveal herself.
Exactly.
I love it. Hey, you already heard a lot from me on the video that I actually recorded right before this one. I'm going to actually link it to this video on the closing screen. But, I thank these guys for coming out, sharing their wisdom. Again, y'all, like, subscribe, share to some guys that you may know that need this. And really, I'm going to throw this out to you guys because what's funny, I give props to the ladies. I give props to the iron women out there that are chiming in. Guys, what are you doing? Feel free to tell your story, because if any of these things happen to you, if you done smelled some things that wasn't right, let us know below. If you've been told you're the first, let us know below. If you've been told, I ain't making you a sandwich, I ain't paying for nothing, let us know below. We want to hear it. I want to hear what your story is. Because again, you're going to realize you are entering into shark-infested waters in this day and age. Because the one thing, and props up to Caleb Jones, he made this remark. If you go back to the 80s and the 90s, that's why we have movies like Porky's or Revenge of the Nerds. Because really in those cases, basically no matter how goofy, dorky, big, whatever you were, you can pretty much get a girlfriend. When you look at the statistics now, men between 18 and 35, they're having less sex than even the other generations, even in this era where, let's just say, free adult stuff is readily available. There are a lot of guys, a lot of you listen to me, you already know how hard it is to get a woman, get a girlfriend. And a lot of you guys, that's why MGTOW, if I ask my dad, do you know what MGTOW is? He'd be like, what's that? Because in his society, why would men go in their own way? Any guy can get a woman. Now, a lot of you guys can't. DM me. Let me know, especially for you guys that are over 50, you're trying to recalibrate, you're trying to restore, and you're trying to thrive. That's why we're doing this. So, Ed, thank you, man. I definitely appreciate the hot wisdom and game you out here throwing.
Hey, no problem, man. No problem. Just glad to be on here, man.
Good, good. All right, y'all. Until next time, Iron Father here with Eddie Vance. We'll be back for another one. Just give it some time, and we're gonna actually kind of see what y'all want us to talk about. So if you got any suggestions, let us know. Peace.
Peace.